Should I go first?
Ladies first.
Thank you. I'm Emma. I'm from Ellisville, but I've spent my entire life here. So I've kind of gotten used to Laurel, but I've only started doing theater 6-7 years ago. But for Laurel Little Theater, it's been since 2022. So Something Rotten, if anyone's seen it. I've done a lot on stage and backstage. Everything but sound so far. But it's really fun and I enjoy it.
My name is Gary. I am from Ellisville as well. Born and raised, I have been doing shows since my junior year. My first show was actually here at Lohn Little Theater. It was Hairspray, if anyone saw that.
Love Hairspray.
I love it. It was actually my favorite
great.
show. It's a really good show. But I've been doing this for a little while now. This is actually my first time working crew on a show, so I'm really excited about that. And that was my first night, so my run through was kind of, I'm not gonna say it was hectic. It was very, very chill, you know, working the spotlight and everything.
It was new.
It was very new. This is only my second time working the spotlight, so it's something to get used to. I'll say though, the most challenging part about doing it is really just the stance, because like if you don't have the right foot and once you move in that spotlight, if you're moving with them, it's gonna be
it's
like,
awkward.
Yeah, it's very awkward.
I've kind of been here for the whole thing, so I've like watched auditions. I heard him talking about it when we were still in like the beginning stages, and I've gotten to kind of like look back into what we're gonna do with the lights like since the beginning. So a lot of it's not new for me, but all the changes have been really fun, and I've enjoyed seeing the introduction of people into this show and how we're changing it based on our crew, our actors. There's a lot that we've adjusted just based on like who we've had here.
The adaptability of everyone that's a part of the show.
It's so flexible.
It is. And that's a really good thing about theater as well, is like no matter what happens, no matter what comes your way, like anyone in the crew, anyone in the show is like able to adapt and just be like, you know, this is the curveball we've been thrown. Just get a new bat, swing at it, hit. It's really what it is.
For me, it's how different people can use a spotlight, because there's so many things you tweak on it. You can have like the same like instructions, cues given, but to actually like have the same kind of quality spot or the same feel, you have to work together for quite a while, which is why we're starting so early and not just tech week. Because when you have two follows, we have to have like the same kind of borders, the same like brightness, so it looks cohesive. The sensitivity's fun.
It is. And to piggyback off of that, like she said, it is a lot of work. Because people, I'm sure when people think spotlight, they're thinking you just turn the light on and off, just follow them here and there. But that's really not the case. Getting the right size of the light, making sure it's like the right brightness and everything. Because something so small really does affect the show. Like everything matters. So it might not seem important, but it really is.
And there's a lot of knobs and a lot of switches.
A lot. Us missing a cue, that leaves that person in the dark. It might seem small, but they worked for that moment. And no matter if that moment is big or small in the show, that is important to them, that is important to the director, and that moment in itself might just be very important to the show. So missing cues is like, it's I don't want to say it's inexcusable, but you know, it can't be done. You have to, it's very important because you have to make sure that like everything that has been worked for is being showed. You want to make sure that everybody is getting the flowers that they deserve and that everyone's getting to see that the hard work that they put out.
I feel like in shows like this, since it's such a small cast, each movement, each facial expression, it's intended to add to the experience in some way. So if you miss, like say you miss a whole line of someone's song, you're missing all that emotion that they're bringing to the table that essentially is the background information for all the new emotions. So it's like reading a book and skipping a page. You can easily miss out on a lot of context or even how like what direction this song is going. It could be angry, it could be sad, but sometimes that one line can change the entire genre.
This is Jesse.
JC?
Jesse, say hey.
Jesse.
I didn't expect enough.
I thought an arm was gonna come out of the arm
Sorry,
and just
Jesse.
start flapping somewhere. Yes, this is Jesse. Jesse's been here since Dorothy's been in Oz, but you know,
Jesse's quite tall.
yeah, Jesse's very tall, as you can see. I was not.
Gifted in that area for sure.
I've had a lovely time.